It's a new week in the Crew Motorfest, and we have a new summit and a new season. This one is called 80s Showstopper Classics, and this is my summit guide. Let's go. All right, real quick before we get into it, shout out to Simgii. If you want to check out his channel, he has insane driving on the Crew Motorfest and lots of other racing games. He helped me out a lot with shortcuts and lines and some tunes on this one. All right, let's get into it. So let's start off with the cars that you're going to need. The Summit Bundle will give you the Dodge Charger RT Hemi and the Lamborghini Countach 5000 Quattro Valvole. Additional vehicles you will need are the Porsche 911 993, the Ford Mustang Boss 329, or you can use the Lime Edition. The Lime Edition is actually a little bit better if you have it. That's a Crew 2 import only. The Porsche 911 RS 2.7, and this is not the director's cut one. You just want the 911 RS 2.7. And then you're going to need an escape car of your choice. I recommend using the Cento Dieci with a Nitro Chem set of parts with Pure and Extra Pump as your affixes. And then finally, you're going to need a plane for the low altitude. I recommend the P-51 Mustang. It is the fastest plane in the game. All right, the keys to this summit are your parts and your lines. Lines are extremely important. Shortcuts are important too, but I think the lines in this one are more important. And then your parts are really going to help you because Nitro Chem is very much needed on this summit. All right, here are the pro settings for the cars I just mentioned. And keep in mind, all of these pro settings were made without direct mode or wheel mode enabled or for a wheel. This is all just base controller with default settings. Alright, the first event is called Like a Duke. For this event, I strongly recommend using the Porsche 911 RS 2.7. It is very, very good on this course and really good in Street 1 in general. It actually might be the new meta for this class. It's going to take a little more testing. Anyways, there are a couple of cuts on this event, but since it's a lap race, here's my first full lap so you can see the lines. Enjoy. All right, the next event is called Good Old Boys, and for this event, I strongly recommend using the Lime Edition Mustang Boss 429, which is actually a Crew 2 import car. If you don't have it, then I think the regular Boss 429 is the next best choice. It's the one that I'm going to be using because I don't have the Lime Edition. And again, since this is a lap race, here is my first full lap so you can see the lines. Enjoy. All right, the next event is called Lee's Dixie. At 20%, you're going to cut the corner to the left. I would half throttle this section to avoid spinning out as well and try to aim for that left flag. At 25%, you can cut the corner to the right and aim for that right flag. I executed this very poorly in this clip, but you get the idea. At 34%, cut the corner to the left and reset at the checkpoint. At 45% after this checkpoint, you're going to continue to go straight across the dirt here. Make sure you're conserving NOS before you get here because you can keep your car at top speed with a full bottle of NOS going across the dirt, and that makes this cut very fast compared to the road. Then when you start climbing the hill at 57%, you're going to reset every single corner up this hill. This car is super slow on these turns, and it's way faster to reset everything than it is to drive it. At 66%, you'll cut to the left and aim far left of the checkpoint flag as the road does go in that direction. And then at 83% and 86%, you'll cut directly towards the next checkpoint and reset. Then finally, at the bottom of the hill, around 87%, it's faster just to keep rolling rather than resetting. And that's it for this one. All right, the next event is called Like a Cannonball. And for this one, I recommend using the Porsche 911 993. At 23%, you'll want to focus on this flag right here and use NOS in the air to skip this corner. This is known as the Simgii skip. At 34%, you can cut the corner on the right. And then at 36%, you can again cut the corner on the right. At 41%, you'll want to cut between this tree and the airplane. It is a little bit difficult, and you can actually go to the left of the tree if you want. But in this clip, I just decided to go to the right of the tree. Anyways, and lastly, at 64%, you can cut this corner to the right as well. Just avoid the trees. There's a few of them and they can be a little bit annoying. Just after you do it one time, you'll probably figure out a line that works best for you. All right, the next event is called From Sea to Shining Sea. And for this one, I recommend the Porsche 911 993. And since this race is fairly short and doesn't have any real cuts, I will show you the full race. Enjoy. Alright, and the last event is called Ray Stevens. This event has no shortcuts and largely depends on your ability to maintain your speed throughout the entire course. Obviously, there are things that can help with that, such as a slipstream partner or a nitrochemist set of parts with pure and extra pump as your affixes, and if you have both of those things, that would be awesome. The top speed on this car is around 240 miles per hour, so try to keep it there as much as possible, and obviously your time will be better. And I think it goes without saying, but stay off of the walls. Alright, and lastly, let's take a look at the feats. All three of these feats would be best if you can see the full path, so that's exactly what I'm going to show you here. Enjoy. All right, and here are my final scores. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. You can send me a DM on Instagram, Twitter, or Discord. I read every single message that comes my way. All right, thanks for watching. Hope this helps. I will catch you on the next one. Trigger out.